but I am better than Luke at it. What on earth was that?
That was
right in the nose.
That was my man D throwing a headband at Jesse's face. Okay, do you know why we're here today?
I know that I'm here for a quiz.
What are we doing a quiz on? Do you know that?
No.
It is on hockey video games.
Nice.
Whoa! I made this request like ages ago.
I know. This is the quiz. If I could choose to be in a quiz,
Yeah, I feel like
it
you
would have
should
been
be
this
over
one.
here.
I love hockey video games, so I'm gonna win.
How much do you know on hockey video games?
I would say it's about the same as my other hockey knowledge. It's
Ooh.
Not bad with hockey video games.
What's your favorite hockey video game?
Well, I mean, we all know how much I love Cho 94 on Sega Genesis.
We all know you also don't know the price of that game.
The price is wrong.
That's less than McDonald's apple pie.
My first thing was the Game Boy. Before sports, I like Star Wars. I had Star Wars Episode 3 on the Game Boy. That was my first video game.
I am sorry for you there.
I really like the movie.
Do you hate sand?
Rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Okay, that was a trash movie.
All right, you know the rules. 10 questions. We got the bonus round in the middle. Get it right, get a free strike. It's a one-strike system.
Is more than one strike ever gonna come back?
Never. And, of course, we have that final boss. It's meant to be insanely hard.
like you had to explain like, oh, there's a bonus round at the 5th question. You know I'm not gonna get to the 5th question.
You never know, Sam. You got never give up on your forehead. Does that mean that we're not going to hear a yell? Because
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna. Let's go!
is that a hybrid of Cher and a horse?
Yes.
Question number 1. Who is on the cover of NHL 19? If you get this wrong, not only will you have to leave, but you never were going to do well in this anyways.
Who was I'm joking. You guys thought I didn't know.
You know what? It honestly took me a couple of seconds to remember because I'm not as much a new gamer. I like the old games.
Come on, I know this one because I like him. PK Subban.
PK Subban.
PK Subban. PK Subban.
It's the Subinator himself, PK Subban.
Took them long enough. Should have been the cover athlete for, was it NHL 15? When Bergeron was on it and they had that cover vote?
That's a travesty that Bergeron was on a cover of a game, so.
Face-off legend.
Like, honestly.
Great player, but like that's the one you're going to market an entire league on?
Kids are just gonna be taking face-offs with him in, like, mini-games?
Yeah. Question number 2. Often thought of as nothing more than a flashy gimmick, the breakaway cam was first introduced in what game?
I know what you're talking about. Everything would kind of
Slow down a little.
get really intense.
Great feature. Said no one ever.
NHL 2004.
I think it's NHL 2002. NHL 2002 with Mario Lemieux on the cover.
NHL 2002 maybe?
I believe it is 2002 they first introduced the breakaway cam.
Apparently Sam has some competition for the earliest
out.
exits possible. You are out on question 2.
Next.
It's your 2020 plan.
2020. I'm tanking for a draft pick.
Major for... The door is shut by Hedberg.
You can put me on the shocked cam. I thought you were out on that one.
This might be a new career high already.
Game Breakers 2003. That was very worrying.
Game Breaker was in 2003. Both of them pretty gimmicky, but at the same time, I applaud them for trying that stuff because, I don't know, they were kind of fun and we remember them.
Yeah, well, think of, like, funny enough, I feel like that's like the bridge between that and like NHL hits when you're like on fire. But if you're trying to go realistic, go realistic. If you're trying to go arcadey, go arcadey.
It became quite clear that EA started to shed all of that stuff, and they're like, you know what, hits? Have all the fire. Have all that stuff.
I guess it works. One of those franchises is around and the other one is not.
That's because EA straight up bought the developer who made hits. And then they made the next game for them.
Yeah, that's not nice. We like that game.
Question number 3. EA Sports' skill stick completely changed the way that we play hockey video games. But what was the first title to feature the dual analog control system that made use of a new physics system that included no pre-canned animations?
That was a really long question that probably could have been shortened.
When you get chirped as much as I do in the comments for getting things wrong, I put so much detail.
Yeah, you gotta get real specific.
This is like a legal document at this point.
So basically you're asking when the skill stick was introduced?
Yes, I am.
I don't feel like this is gonna be right. No lifelines, right?
No, there are no lifelines.
I'm gonna get this.
I was having an argument about this actually with someone a few weeks ago, and they kept saying that it was NHL 2008 with Eric Stahl on the cover, and I was thinking, no.
The skill stick was introduced in NHL 2007, the one with Ovi on the cover.
I think it was 07, the first like next-gen console game. The skill stick, whatever you want to call it, was available on NHL 2007.
EA Sports, NHL 07.
What?
New to NHL 07 is the EA Sports Skill Stick.
Hey. You got Ovi on the cover. You better have some skills.
It's pretty crazy. I would have to say that that's pretty much what sunk NHL 2K.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Man, that was monstrous. That's what's up.
Cruising along so far. Are you gonna win?
I'm not gonna win.
Are you gonna win?
I might win. I might win.
I don't think
I'm not
anyone would be
gonna
able
win.
to take it if you won.
I'm not gonna win.
On to question 4. You ready? In the early 2000s, EA Sports' NHL series was widely known for its soundtracks. Definitely not anymore. But which game featured Jimmy Eat World's Sweetness?
Oh, man.
Do you know the song?
Yes, I know the song.
If you're listening.
Whoa! That was my favorite Jimmy Eat World song.
This is so hard.
I don't know. This isn't the bonus round question, right?
No. Are you that confused?
I was just hoping it was. Okay, this is a guess. I don't think it's right.
I'm gonna be so upset if I don't get this right, because I know it's 03 or 04. I'm just not 100% sure which one it is.
Unfortunately, in this room, we deal with 100%.
100%, 2004.
This was NHL 2003.
2004.
NHL 2003?
100%. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, that was 03.
It was 03.
Yes! Yeah, baby! Oh! Ah!
Guy, come on. I was rooting for you too.
No!
To beat the man, all you gotta do is get past question 4, apparently. Well, at the very least, can you show off your nice dog mug?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't gonna show this, but Z wanted
Of course you should. It's Ozzy.
This is my dog, Ozzy. He's a good boy. Better than me.
Question number 5. In the history of the NHL 2K franchise, only one goalie has ever been selected for the North American cover of the game. Who was that goalie? And which game were they on the cover of?
I think I actually do know this one because I have heard rumbles that this individual might be Jewish.
Okay, I know for sure it's Marty Turco.
Could be wrong, but I thought I heard rumbles about Marty Turco being Jewish.
In the game?
I know a kind of range. I'm thinking of 2K7, 2K6.
06?
I'm gonna go 2K6.
I mean, I should disqualify you for not saying 2K6, but I'm in a giving mood. Sure.
Hey!
Just spare me, bud. Spare me. 06.
Bonus round. You know how this works. At the end of my question, you get 30 seconds to answer the question. You get it right, you get that free strike. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What do I look like? Not ready?
Do you really want to know the answer to what you look like right now? Name 5 players who were featured on an NHL 2K cover.
All right, let's go with Ovi because he's been featured on both.
My favorite one, Chris Drury.
Chris Drury.
Like, he's a good player, but like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Weird cover choice.
JR.
Jeremy Roenick, twice.
The recently retired Rick Nash.
Marty Turco, we just talked about him.
Marty St. Louis.
Ovechkin.
That's 4.
And I'll go, Ryan Kessler.
Like, the man's legs are just enormous. Like, what are they comparable to? 4 of my torsos? What else?
1 of your teeth.
That was gutless. But yeah.
All right, well, you got the bonus. You got a free strike moving on. Are you ready? Let's move on to question 6. What is widely regarded to be the true revolutionary gameplay mechanics addition to NHL 94?
Okay, so that means not the fact that all the names and teams are in there finally.
The licensing stuff? No. That was added, but no, we're looking for a mechanic here.
One-timers were introduced in this game.
Oh, one-timers?
Yes, one-timers.
Curse you, NHL 94!
They've ruined us.
Yeah!
From that point on, hockey video games, there was only one way you were guaranteed to score.
Just downhill from there, because
Yeah.
now it's just that's all anybody does. Every game, it's like, okay, so there's a couple new ways to score. Also, one-timers are unstoppable.
Next.
Question 7. Sadly, developer EA Big, best known for the Street series,
EA Sports.
never got around to making an NHL Street game. But that doesn't mean that Street Hockey never appeared in a game during the PS2 and original Xbox's life cycle. Which major hockey series featured a roller hockey shootout in their game?
Oh, God.
Used to play this game at my buddy Jonathan Patterson's place when we were younger. Patterson!
Something tells me I'm gonna be collecting a strike.
The NHL Hits 2003. Love that game.
I'm going to go for, I know there's an era where these games were popular. I don't think it was the EA series. I think it was in the 2K series, and I'm going to guess 2K4.
No.
What was it?
It was NHL Hits 2003.
Bringing it back to the street. Welcome to Shootout.
Oh, that would have made sense. I don't know why I didn't guess that.
Patterson! Love you, Patterson.
All right, you're on to question 8, and you got a strike still in your pocket.
We're howling right now, but for how long?
Question number 8. Which Winter Olympics had its own licensed hockey video game that made use of Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey engine? Why are you laughing?
Because I was talking about this with someone yesterday.
Okay, so I know that the Gretzky 3D game is from around 98. I think it's 98.
Was I at the office when someone was saying this? Or maybe it was on my way home.
Guy's laughing like a freak and now doesn't even know why.
It would have to be 98 because they don't. That's the end of N64 basically for the Olympics at least.
It was Nagano 98.
98.
Maybe I gave too much information in the question.
It was my roommate. I said to him, hey man, like we should get an N64 or something. And he's just like, yeah, maybe I'll get my N64 sent from Grenfell, Manitoba. And I'm like, okay, sweet, what games do you have? He's just like, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, like Gretzky Nagano 98. I was like, oh, sick. Like we need that in our place. Now I'm moving on to question 9. So thanks, Lucas.
I mean, for those who can count at home too, like you kind of have a free pass into 10.
Today's the day.
Question number 9, which Jesse doesn't even have to get correct. Wayne Gretzky had his own hockey video game. Mario Lemieux had his own hockey video game. But it may surprise you to know that this American had his own hockey video game as well in the early 90s.
It does not surprise me.
Who was the player?
This is tough because I think it's one of 2 players that I have in my head. I think it's either Mike Modano or Jeremy Roenick. And I'm going to go with JR.
It's Brett Hull.
Nah, whatever.
Oh yeah, makes sense. The guy was just flexing rubber, just whipping home shots.
Funny story about Brett Hall. Not kidding. My dad worked on Bobby Hall's farm back in the day when he was in Manitoba. And Brett Hall was at our place once. And he unplugged the fridge and melted everything in our fridge and our freezer. He was 6 years old. Like, what are you doing? Pretty cool story, though.
Brett Hull did that?
I believe so. That's what I've heard.
Okay, familiar territory for you here, Corwin. Question number 10, the final boss. Somehow, miraculously, even though you look like an absolute buffoon, you have made it to the final boss.
What animal do I not look like, for crying out loud?
A buffoon is not an animal. So now you're a double buffoon.
I blew it!
All right, so look to your left, look to your right,
I'm doing the punching too early.
look to the center. It's time to fight. NHLPA Hockey 93 was the first hockey game made by EA to officially feature NHLers as true cover athletes. The cover featured portraits of 8 NHLers. Name all 8.
It's like the little portraits, right? Like it's not even a real, like it's not like a big cover.
Really liking that look. It has the look of, oh, I definitely know this.
I'm pretty sure Steve Yzerman's on it.
That's one. You got one.
I'm going to say Steve Yzerman.
This is a throwback to another quiz. Pretty sure Andy Moog's on it. Who's that guy?
You got 2.
I think of all the questions we've ever been asked in the quiz segment at BarDown, this is easily number 1 hardest. But I'm going to go with Gretzky as one of them.
That's incorrect.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just go for some others in that era that were big, like Sakic.
That's incorrect.
Brett Hall.
You thought the guy who had his own game back then would be on the cover of another game? That's
Take it back.
That's some
Take it back.
suspect logic,
Steve
my friend.
Yzerman.
That's some suspect logic, my friend.
Steve Yzerman.
You can say all you'd like. As far as I'm concerned, you got one.
Brendan Shanahan.
Leave this room.
No!
And I should just tell you, you won.
Hey! Yes!
All right, Corwin, you know how this works. Unfortunately, you know how this works. Winner's circle. It's all yours, man. And even better yet, the belts are here, because Luca didn't take them home.
The belts. Winner's circle. Let's go with, we're talking cover athletes a bunch. I'll go worst NHL cover athletes of all time. As much as I just stuck up for him a bunch, Chris Drury. Sorry, man. Yeah, you suck. I don't know. You suck relative to other cover athletes. I know Z wants me to say Bergeron. I'm not going to. Cause,
what the hell?
No,
that's
Bergeron,
a whack cover athlete.
Bergeron
He's
is
a good
unreal,
player. He's a good player. Whack cover athlete.
How?
Because that's the most exciting player that speaks. This is the top in the NHL. FIFA has Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo just sharing covers year after year. You know why? Because they're the best in their sport. And who represents the NHL in 2015? Patrice Face-Off win Bergeron.
You know what? Honestly, I'm just going to end it right there because now that you said it, you reminded me of another thing to crap on, which is Sidney Crosby's never been on the cover. I don't know if this is Sidney Crosby's fault or if it's EA's fault, but figure it out. Write a check, blank check. Crosby, get the hell on the cover. What?